Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Today we are going to be learning about our prayer. A brother asks concerning Qabli and Ba'di. That is how normally we call it or we pronounce it. Qabli or Ba'di. That is Qabl or Ba'd. Before or after. What does this mean? This means that you either correct your prayer after the taslim or before the taslim of the prayer you are observing. So before taslim is called qabl and after taslim is called ba'd. That is, you observe sujood sahwi, the prostration for forgetfulness before the taslim or after the taslim, and the sujood for forgetfulness or prostration for forgetfulness is done 2 times, prostrating once, coming back to sit, and then going back to sit. That is how it is done. So how do we determine whether one has to observe the qabli or the ba'di? Now we all know that in prayer we have the pillars of the prayer, the sunan part of the prayer, the obligatory part of the prayer, and then the mustahabbat, that is the fada'il, things that are good to do, but if you do not do them, there isn't any problem. In order not to prolong matters, what we are to do or to demonstrate for now is how that is paid back, before we then pick each and every step. That is, if you miss either a pillar of the prayer or you add a pillar of the prayer, what it implies. So for today, what we are learning is how to pay it back. Generally, if you add something to the prayer, that is, you have added something which shouldn't have been added or which should have been in a particular count. Maybe once you should do it in a prayer and you did it twice, or twice and you did it thrice. That is, you have added. Or you were not supposed to do something in a particular place in the prayer or at a particular point in the prayer, but you did that, meaning you have added something to it. You have introduced something to the prayer which was not supposed to be done at that particular point, meaning you have added. Or you reduced the number of obligations or the number of pillars of the salah. What you are supposed to do, you are supposed to observe a number of raka'at, then you reduced the number. What are you supposed to do? This is what we are going to learn, and you bear with us, because in explaining this we will have to take time to go through this so that we will all be able to understand it perfectly. So today we are not going into the lesson of qabl and ba'd, but we are just demonstrating how to observe it. And the first thing is, if it is bad, if you have added something to the prayer which was not supposed to be added. Now let's presume that I have observed my prayer and I'm in the sitting position for tahiyyah. That is the final tashahhud that I am to observe before the taslim. So if it is that I added a rak'ah to the prayer, I was supposed to observe 4 rak'at prayers, but I ended up adding another rak'at, making it 5. So what will happen is that When I sit for the last tashahud, that will eventually lead me to the taslim. That is the taslimataini. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. What should I do? Now, if I begin to recite my tahiyya, attahiyatu lillah, والصلوات والطيبات السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. Now I am done with the tashahhud. What do? I observe my taslimataini. Remember, we have added something to the prayer. We have added a rak'at to the prayer, making it 5 rak'at, which was supposed to be 4. So after tashahhud, I say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I am done with the prayers. But then I observe 5 rak'at prayers. So after the taslimataini, what should I do? The intention then comes in that I am going to observe the sujood for what? Forgetfulness. Meaning I forgot and I added something to the prayer. Remember, this is addition. So I will have to finish the prayer before I observe the tashahhud. Now after taslim, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Then my intention comes in for sujood sahwi. Then I go for prostration. Allahu Akbar. Subhana rabbil a'la wa bihamdi. Subhana rabbil a'la wa bihamdi. Subhana rabbil a'la wa bihamdi. Allahu Akbar. Rabbi ighfirli. Allahumma ighfirli. Warni wahadini. Warzuqani. Watawafani. Allahu Akbar. Subhana rabbil a'la wa bihamdi. 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 Allahu Akbar. I have observed 2 prostrations. Now, discretionally, I decide whether to observe another tashahhud or I sit for a while without observing tashahhud. Then I go into another taslim. This is an argument between scholars. Scholars have gone into it. Others are saying you should observe the tashahhud so that your mind will not be engaged into things that are not supposed to that it is not supposed to be engaged in. Others are saying no, you don't have to observe the tashahhud again. When I say tashahhud, it means attahiyatu lillah, zakiyatu lillah, right? So in my case, I have chosen not to. So after the prostration, I come and sit. I wait for a while. Then I say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. If you choose to observe the taslim, the tashahhud, after the 2 prostration, you can also observe the tahiyya by saying attahiyatu lillah to the end, and you add salatu ibrahimiyya. After that, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. That is ba'di. That is when you add something to the prayer which was not supposed to be added. You have done something in the prayer which was not supposed to be done at that particular point. This is how you pay it back. That is bad. Inshallah, in the next part, we shall be looking at how to deal with qabl, that is before taslim. I hope you enjoyed this. Please share and let brothers benefit from this. Your sharing is our power of spreading the knowledge of Islam. Your brother Imam Hanbal. Ila liqa. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.